It's our next adversary event. It's Aragog. Welcome to Zealman's Wizarding World. You must be a magical person to find this channel. So in case you are new here, we have a deep dive into the latest events, where we always track the changes and see what WB are changing between each event and see where they're going and maybe what they're thinking. And also because we don't have links to WB, we don't have an NDA, we also have all the storylines ahead of time, and we also have sneak peeks into features which are coming up in-game, which are unreleased, thanks to our data mining crew. If you're interested in one of those, check out the link above. There's some pretty cool stuff coming. If you like the sound of that, don't forget to hit subscribe and the notification bell to be alerted to everything we do. By we, I mean I. So I hope you are doing well. Let me know in the comments below how events are going for you. As I say, this game is event upon event upon event, so hopefully you're coping with it. I had a migraine the other day, so I lost out on my recording my day 2, which I still haven't done yet. I haven't opened the game since, so hopefully once I've done this and somehow edited it, at some point in my life I can fit recording in day 2. Might have to record it on Saturday, I think. Not play the game for yet another day. Try to squeeze everything in. Some of the events, lots of things going on. Also check out taskforcetimes.news. There's a quick reference there in case you forget any of the tasks or any of the mechanics. That'll always be there. The same link every time for every event. So with adversary events, it looks like we could be getting a pattern. You get the Brilliant Events Part 1 and 2. It looks like there are almost like a 1 and 2 of the adversary event. So 2 adversary events a month. One being a shorter one, one being a longer one. The shorter one during the week, longer one during the weekend. So, yep. The longer one having 2 adversaries and 9 tasks. The shorter one just having 1 adversary and 8 tasks. And the final rewards are exactly the same. And you don't lose out on Dada books, the same Dada book rewards for both events. There are not many data points. This is kind of like looking at what could be going on. It's not confirmed yet. We'll find out when we get the next month's list of events. I know what brilliant events are coming up, so that's pretty cool, but that's about it at the moment. This means we do comparisons. If it does work out, we'll be comparing the 3-day events against each other and the 2-day events against each other. It will be fair to compare the 3s and 2s, but hopefully they're relatively similar. We'll see how we go. So this one is on Tuesday, February 16th at 7 PM UTC and ends on the 18th at 7 PM UTC. Rules for this one are Dada books, Spell Energy, Edible Dark Marks, Gold. Mainly it's all about Dada books, to be fair, and of course the registry. So how it all works, the mechanics for this one, these are pretty simple affairs. There are enhanced adversary spawns, spawning Aragog. There's a single set of tasks. There are bundles in the store as usual. Now the Aragog stats have recently changed. He was 2,411 stamina, and he's now 2,488. I think it's supposed to be 2,488 anyway. I think it was a mistake, the earlier number. So what can you do now? Well, basically brew. Strong or potent stimulo. I think Plotter 101 recommends strong. But I do think you need to have like fully qualified skills trees for that. Claim wit sharpening gifts from your friends and brew more if needed, and of course brewing health potions as well. We have brilliant models listed here. I have not gone through them and I haven't compared them because there seems to be a gap in my script and I'm not going back to do it, so let's assume that they're okay. Usually if you don't need 1 or 2 of the things, then they're not generally worth the money, but you have to work out for yourself. So the tasks for this one, we have defeat 35 foes within challenges, use Master Notes 8 times, earn 1,500 challenge XP through challenges and adversary chains. We'll go into that in a little bit. Use any 7 Exterminator potion variants against adversaries. Use 3 witch sharpening potions against adversaries. Deal 2,500 damage to adversaries. I think I said that right for American. Defeat Aragog 4 times and return 20 artifact fragments from the Aragog chain. So as I was saying earlier, this one we're going to compare against the Lockhart and Basilisk event. So the use 1 edible dark mark has been replaced by defeat Aragog 4 times. This is an interesting change. It would suggest that players were just grinding the guards and then jumping out, battling the main adversary, which, come to think of it, was actually quite a smart idea if you just want to get the task-based rewards. But you had to beat them 4 times now anyway. Return 20 artifact fragments from the Aragog chain for 2 Dada books. The previous event had 2 adversaries. So you had, in the previous event, 10 fragments for each or 10 fragments on each task, and 1 Dada book per task. This has been sort of rolled into one. So same amount of Dada books, even though there's only 1 adversary. As for rewards, 1,500 challenge XP now gives 6 ginger root instead of 6 snowdrops, which in my opinion is a bit of a downgrade, given how many extremely low potions we have to use nowadays. Now, deal 2,500 damage to adversaries, gives a silver key. It was 1 Dada, which sounds bad, but the new defeat Aragog 4 times has the Dada book reward, so only 2 armadillo bile has been lost, so it turns out to be pretty good. 1 silver key is over 2 armadillo bile, and I'm happy with that myself. As for professions, Aura and Magizu are better than the Professor, which is pretty much standard for everything. Annoying for me, as I've completed like 3 dodge nodes on my Professor. It's like tree, so damn, I might just try the Magizu, mainly because he's got more health overall, so I don't need to dodge as much, I guess. I'll see. I'll tinker around. So tips for this one. Defeat 35 foes in wizarding challenges. Simple enough. Sit down in the warm, grind this out. Easy peasy. Use Master Notes 8 times. So remember, you can start a potion before the event, and try and time it so the potion finishes just before the event starts. That way the event can start. You can put the Master Notes. That potion will complete straight away. You can put another one on. Use Master Notes again. If you use extremely lows or wits, you should be able to their brew time reduced by 50%, so it should be a lot quicker to go through. Again, you could use a cold cauldron and double up on it, but to be fair, 8 times, you'll probably do that by the time the event finishes. It probably might be your last task, but yeah, I wouldn't go buying a gold cauldron just to finish it early, because you could just finish it by the time the event ends, you know, as long as you don't forget. Earn 1,500 challenge XP through challenges and adversary chains. It might as well not really say adversary change, because the amount of challenge XP you get from them is very, very minimal. If you do a decent enough chamber, when you find you can grind, but not too challenging, you should be able to complete this pretty much by doing the 35 foes in the previous task, so it should be easy enough. Use any 7 extremely potion variants, so it's any of the 3 extremely potions you can use. Try and save those for the main adversary, more than the guards, because generally you're not going to lose your life or your stamina on the first 2, so you might take a little bit longer doing those. Of course, the one at the end is more likely to reduce your stamina to 0, so that's one you want to kill faster if possible. Use 3 wit sharpening against adversaries. You should be doing this anyway. Put your wit sharpening gifts floating around, so hopefully you got some waiting for you there. Deal 25,000 damage to adversaries. It sounds a lot, but for this particular chain, you get 4,057 a go. So you do it 6 times, well, 5.5, but do it 6 times, and you will have completed that one. Defeat Aragog 4 times. Well, if you can defeat him 6 times, then you've done him 4 times, right? I guess that just assumes if you come across something else like Malfoy, because he's always hanging around, up to no good. Yeah, so defeat Aragog 4 times. Use your wit and extremely potions here. Keep an eye on your health. Be warned that they can actually strike you 3 times in a row. So if you know how much your health potion helps you, because obviously it will go over the top if you use it too early, you know roughly around about what sort of point you will need to use it, and use it there. Just don't wait too long, don't get knocked out. And then finally, return 20 artifact fragments from the Aragog chain. So each completed chain gives you 4. You get 1 from each of the guards, and then you get 2 from Aragog at the end. Right, so it's spoiler time. If you don't want to listen to the storyline, then you can skip it. I always do the brilliant ones as a separate thing, just because the storyline's a heck of a lot longer and better. So if you don't fancy the storylines, if you fancy the storylines being separate in adversary events as well, let me know. If you're not bothered, let me know. Either way. I don't mind separating them out. It just takes a little bit longer to edit, that's all. So here we go. Start dialogue. Harry, I feel the unforgivable are creating another surge of adversaries. For some reason, they're harvesting from my memories of the night we encountered Aragog and his Acromantula colony in the Forbidden Forest. Hermione, I figure something like that must have happened when 2 giant Acromantulas appeared in our garden this morning. I defeated them, but poor Ron is refusing to leave the house until this is all over. Harry, let's put an end to this wave of adversary activity quickly then, shall we? Wheezes needs its manager, and I'd rather like to stop having nightmares where thousands of hungry eyes stare at me. I guess it's not really the event if you have arachnophobia, is it really? So the end dialogue, Hermione. Thank Merlin, this influx of adversaries seems to be dying down. Ron was so petrified of running into Aragog that he even refused to take the bins out, otherwise known as trash if you translate it. At least this is correct, when we had the Fawcett's debacle. Harry, I wish I could say I'm starting to sleep better, but it seems we've just traded one reoccurring nightmare for another. Only instead of hundreds of acromantula, I'm staring down Millicent Bagnold. Hermione, the former Minister for Magic? Neither of us were even aware she was a Minister of Magic for most of her term. Why would you be dreaming of her? Harry, I have no idea. It's not just her either. The whole Wizengamot there looking down at me with disgust, and I'm angry, furious. I want to lash out and scream, but before I can even open up my mouth, the dream abruptly ends and I wake up. Oddly specific, isn't it? Hermione, I'm no expert on dreams, Harry, but I'm pretty sure yours are trying to tell you something. Oh shit. Who is Millicent Bagnold? Late U to 90. Okay. So, interesting theory. Right. So, Millicent, she was Minister for Magic between 1980 and 1990. Now, that happens to be when Harry... it happens to be just when Voldemort had his downfall, shortly into her reign. So, this Wizengamot trial, she would have been presiding over. That's why she's there. And presumably, the memory is from one of Voldemort's Death Eaters, because there was a lot of trials going on around about then. Now, Harry Potter fandom lists Death Eaters, such as Igor Karkaroff, Rodolphus, Rabaston, and Bellatrix Lestrange, who we know is a lethal adversary. So, could we be seeing Bellatrix's memory through Harry? And is that a hint that our next adversary event could be Bellatrix Lestrange, our first ever lethal adversary? I think so. Look, so that's the end of the dialogue. We are in the safe zone now. So let me know how this event feels for you. I say, could Bellatrix Lestrange be our first lethal adversary? If you don't know what I mean, you just skipped the dialogue bit, so you'll have to wait until the end dialogue. So yes, let me know in the comments below how you feel about this. Any corrections and stuff will be in the pinned comment. Don't forget taskforcetimes.news. We'll also have a quick reference guide in case you forget anything. Always add that to your home screen or bookmark it. You can also follow me on Twitter at Zealman. Has all the latest stuff on there. Any breaking news or whatever, I'll put on there. Also Instagram for any AR stuff that I finally get around to taking. I've got a feed to put on there actually. If you like the video, hit like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be alerted to anything that the NDA group just can't give you. This is your place for that. Also, if you know any of the YouTubers which are doing spoiler content, like data mining stuff, let me know, because I think there is one. Because I was saying like I was doing exclusive content for the WUtubers, and I was saying there was actually one person who's not a WUtuber that's actually doing this content. So I'd like to know who that is, so I can subscribe to them and have a chat and everything like that as well. Hit them up, network and all that malarkey. So don't forget to brush up any spells. Get your wands ready. Wizards unite.